A beautiful sight we're having tonight, walking in an aerial flooded site B. Hey man, you see, can you listen? I don't know if you can hear it, but that sound is the rain hitting my metal awning, tin roof rusting. It is pouring here at Site B at 8:07 in the morning on this, the 20th day of December 2023. How y'all doing? It is I, your favorite Grinch, the OGGM, coming to you live. It is raining, and we are under a flash flood evacuation warning here at Site B. A week ago, I was talking about how gorgeous and sunny it was, and now it's officially winter. It is Wednesday. It's time to take a look at the last bit of crowdfunding news before Christmas. So here's your last chance to get some of these projects because they are coming to an end. Thank you, as always, to ENWorld for providing these links for us and making my job a lot easier. Link down below for ENWorld, of course, as always. Nothing really stands out to me this week. One kind of stands out. I'm sure you'll guess which one it is. But let's take a look. And not surprisingly, it's a small list this week because, end of the year. All right, so this thing is called the Setting Guide to Retia, R-E-T-I-A. Live Costello's Candinet presents Somnus Domina, a 500-page 5th edition setting guide. 3 classes, 100 subclasses, 100 spells, 150 stat blocks. 150 plus stat blocks? Strength, Dex, Con, Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma. That's still 6. 100 adventure hooks, 30 races, 150 sub-races, backgrounds, environments, firearms, magic items, artifacts, rules to reintegrate character creation and gameplay, and so much more. We can't fit it here. This is from Natural 19, $30 for the PDF of the book and the VTT assets. More if you want the physical book. Funded in 2 hours. Its name is either SETI Guide to Retia or Somnus Domina. And apparently has giant rope mechs. So yes, 500-page 5e source book from Nat 19, filled with anime-inspired, it looks like, giant monster pirate stuff. 3 classes, obviously caster, sneak, and fighter type. And then 100 subclasses to make the specific caster, sneak, or fighter type that you want. I don't know what the 150 plus stat blocks are, though. Maybe that's how they do skills instead of each skill as a stat. I don't know. There's no explanation here, but it does come with mechs. So, hey, yeah. From Charles Ferguson Avery. I knew of Ferguson, but I don't think it's the same one. We have Avnox. This is a system-neutral mega dungeon. $35 for the PDF and the print version of the book, plus VTT assets. Need a 250-room mega dungeon. Recently unearthed mega structure filled with treasure, mystery, and agents of the Sun King. Detailed and by artists and gamers, and filled with all sorts of dark, twisty mega dungeon stuff that's usable with pretty much any D20 system. From Pine Box Entertainment, we have Bachna Beastry, a 5e Wake Song supplement. This is a D&D 5e subject. Blah, 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 blah. This is a D&D 5e supplement. It's $25 for the PTF and VTT assets. I have a feeling that's a sentence we're going to be saying a lot going forward. A lot of these are more going to have VTT assets. Having played again on Roll20 just last night, God, what a clunk. I mean, maybe it's my internet. I don't know. Maybe it's my computer, but God, Roll20 is just so clunky. I hope they do fix it soon. Because I have yet to see Roll20 run a good system. Anyways, this is a 5e setting based upon Philippines and Indonesia mythology. A magical archipelago filled with all sorts of fun stuff. And I'm going to like this one because it's dinosaur, pirate, mystery island. This one inspired by Indonesian and Filipino mythology and urban myths and stories and stuff like this. written by and illustrated by artists of Filipino and Southern Asian culture, and all sorts of stuff about that part of the world. So a lot of island-based fun. And you know how much I love Dinosaur Pirate Island. If I were ever to write another supplement for something, I'd probably just call it Dinosaur Pirate Island. From Sojourn RPG Publishing, we've called Let Us Build a Tower, a mythic Bronze Age adventure in Babel. Babel was leaning, the Tower of Babel. $45 for the PDF and the print version, plus access to the Lubat Generator web app. I don't know what that is. Lubat. Let's look. Lubat. We've got an entrance for a French jazz musician named Bernard Lubat. We've got a Facebook on somebody called Kaya Lubat. We've got a music library, again by Bernard Lubat. There's a Lubat, an NFT site called Lubat. Yeah, I don't know what Lubat is because all I'm getting is this jazz artist. But apparently it's the thing that comes with this game. So, yeah. It's a 120-page book inspired by biblical and Mesopotamian tales of the city of Babel, including a mega dungeon that goes up to the sky, filled with all sorts of Tower of Babel, vaguely biblical kind of stuff. From Planet X Game, we have Assault on Witchgate 13 for DCC, Dungeon Crawl Classics. Still my favorite D20 retro clone. I know I should love Castles and Crusades more but it just, I've played in 3 Castles and Crusades games. It just feels like it's, AD&D. DCC just feels so different and awesome and weird. I love it. $35 for the print version and PDF. It is a gulag, a jail, a prison deep in the farthest entrances of the North, filled with those that have wronged the gods. It is guarded by ice hags and other Arctic monsters. Santa? It is the final stop before an icy death, far from civilization, except one of the prisons might be innocent, and it is your job, adventurers, to go rescue him. And maybe fight Santa. I don't know. Feels like if you're going to go into a dungeon that's in the icy north, you've got to fight Santa, or at least penguins. From Nick Callahan, we have the Endeavor Universal Role-Playing System. $15 for the PDF. It is a brand new universal role-playing system. Maybe this is what Illuminated Worlds should have been, using a D6 dice pool effort system. D6 dice pool effort system. That doesn't sound familiar at all. Totally new and original idea. From St. Catamon Studios, we have the Nightwatch. $8 for the pamphlet and music. Cool. Pamphlet DPT, and it's got a Dungeon Synth soundtrack. I don't know what Dungeon Synth is, but I assume it's kind of like the music you would hear playing through Diablo or Zelda or Myst. Remember Myst? Remember the soundtrack from Myst? God, that was like the best part of Myst was the soundtrack. I could never finish the game, but I loved the soundtrack from Myst. So, just Dungeon Synth soundtrack that comes with the game. Since you're downloading and installing MP3s, of course, check them for viruses. And finally, we have from DR Games 2D6 Realm, a classic overland crawler solo player game using the 2D6 system. $12 is the most popular pledge for the PDF and the print version. It's a solo roll and write experience where you randomly generate terrain, encounters, treasure, and more, and then write about them, and then encounter them in solo roleplay. Fun solo grind as you create and explore the world. I guess it would be a good world building experiment / journaling experiment. You build the world, and then you play through it with a group. That could be fun. I mean, maybe it would work. This feels like one of the few times where like a solo journaling role-playing system would actually work and be interesting, because as you're playing through the solo game, you're also building the world, and then when you're done with that, you can maybe use that world for your next game. And it's, only $12, so that could be the winner for this week. Yeah. Okay. So, and obviously this, because, Dinosaur Pirate Jungle Island. So there you have it. That's it for the Kickstarters this week that are coming to an end. If any of those tickle your fancy, head on down to your favorite Kickstarter crowdfunding Beckerlit type site and toss a coin to your Witcher, so to speak. You'll get a copy of the game, and occasionally they send you other things like stickers, though not as much as they used to. I miss the stickers. Sidebar, for those of you who kickstarted Shadowdark, Shadow Barge finally arrived in a U.S. port. The boxes of the physical book for Shadowdark have now been put onto, what does Kelsey call them? Shadow wagons, shadow trucks, whatever you want to call them. And they are driving through the Shadow Sphere to bring you your solid physical copy of Shadowdark. Finally, after the tumultuous trip across the oceans, Shadow Barge has arrived safely. The treasure is being put onto the Shadow Wagons, and the Shadow Wagons are spreading out across the United States and Canada to bring you your solid physical copies of Shadowdark, finally. Congratulations, Kelsey. Till next time, I'm the OGGM. Stay safe out there. It is raining, and I'll talk to you all later. I have a headache. What a surprise.